this is going to be a very fun, light-hearted conversation. Oh yeah.
That
masuk angin.
Yeah, the angin masuk through the durian.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is bad. But then a friend of mine said, okay, well, you have to try it 10 times.
So what do you think is good when, many people transition to the EV now, not for the gasoline anymore, so they transition to the EV. So what do you think is good?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talkative podcast. This is our second episode, and today we are joined in by Joel Johnson. Everybody.
Hello,
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in Talkative, we are going to share new perspectives, and we have guests from different cultures, different backgrounds, different countries. Joel. Take him, for example, he's from America, Tennessee. Yes. So this is going to be a very fun, light-hearted conversation, and it's going to be super fun, and we're going to learn a lot today.
So what do you feel when you, in this episode, you open the podcast? So what do you
I opened the podcast today, guys. This is a big deal, and I can actually talk more. No, I'm good. I feel okay. I feel less nervous.
Less nervous?
Yes. So please, wish me luck, everybody. Be kind.
Okay. I think it's always exciting when we're going to start with a podcast, especially for the Talkative. And this episode is more serious than previous episode.
Yes, it will be.
So we're going to talking about the EV, about the impact of the electricity vehicle.
Yes.
And then we're talking about emission and maybe we're talking about the greenhouse effect, global warming, and then U.S. policy about the energy.
Basically, we're going to solve all the problems. That's what I'm hearing. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, of course. So I think the most interesting part for me is his president about the EV.
Oh, yeah.
About the green energy. But maybe we talk in the
yes, we're going to get into it, you guys.
Talk about Trump?
Yeah, of course.
We can talk about Trump.
We're going to get into it, you guys. But first of all, let's start off easy this time, okay? Let's talk about how your journey began. Let's go from there.
Well, I was born one day.
Yeah.
Probably how I came to live in Indonesia.
How you came to live in Indonesia, and you're a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
How did that begin?
My name's Joel. I'm a mechanical engineer. I graduated from Washington State University in Washington State. It's in the Pacific Northwest of America. I lived there for 18 years of my life. And then when COVID hit, everything got shaken up in America, just like here. I ended up moving along with my family to Tennessee. And then I lived there for 4 years, worked as an engineer, and later moved here with my wife. We have 2 little girls. One is 6 months old.
I met them. They're the most adorable
2.5.
things.
Yeah, they're incredible. So, yeah, that's me.
So you came here, and so basically COVID then brought you here, no?
COVID brought me to live in Tennessee.
And then what brought you here?
Brought me to live here. So my job situation changed to allow me more freedom in where I live.
Fun.
And so we decided to do a little bit of travel, see the world.
So
there's no durian in America.
Oh, God.
So we needed to check out Indonesia.
So you like durian?
I do.
Wait, what?
Okay. It's a process, right?
Not many foreigners.
I know.
Like durian.
Not even many locals.
It's an acquired taste, right? So
it definitely is.
So the first time I tried durian, I hated it, and it gave me these burps. I don't know if that's just for everyone, but it was for me.
Gas.
I wanted to like it because not many people do.
Come from our body? Like that? That masuk angin.
Yeah, the angin masuk through the durian. And so I was like, this is bad. But then a friend of mine said, okay, well, you have to try it 10 times before you say you don't like it.
Is it?
And so I kept on eating it, just you know, as opportunities arose, and I kept disliking it, but over time I started to enjoy it more. And then now, I mean, I'll buy it if it's around, if it's available.
Okay.
Not all of them. I don't like all of them. Like I've tried different kinds. There was a durian festival at Botany Mall.
I know about it.
And I showed up and I like tried a couple different kinds, and sure enough, they're different. And so there was one that was sweeter that I actually did like. Yeah.
And what does your wife think about Michelle? By the way, Michelle, we had her here on the podcast.
It's funny.
The last
I tease
episode.
her. She's a dietitian.
Yes.
But she's a pickier eater than I am. And
Does
she would
like
admit
it?
that as well. No.
Yeah.
She doesn't like durian. But that's okay. That's okay. I like to be adventurous with food.
Yeah.
And I'll try anything once as far as food goes.
Maybe Michelle not yet to try it 10 times.
Michelle hasn't tried it 10 times.
Right. she didn't make it. Yeah, she just, but maybe later.
Maybe you'll coax her into it.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just have to offer it enough times.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah. So I'll eat whatever, like fish and stuff. That's different here. Like people in America see it. Yeah.
So
the head.
COVID bring you to the Tennessee, and
Yes.
then after that you come to
So actually,
Indonesia.
it was pretty disruptive. So I was working at an HVAC manufacturing or design company at that time that COVID hit, and then in my state they stopped all construction, just indefinitely. We're not going to do any more construction projects.
So
and
what-
my company depended on that completely. And I had-
So why Indonesia?
Indonesia. So first of all, it's really easy to live here for somebody like me. So like there's a remote worker visa.
Is it?
It's very, very easy and affordable compared to other situations. It just came out a couple of years ago. And the language is very easy to learn, which is attractive to me. I like to learn
Is it?
languages. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Compared to, I mean, if I want to learn Japanese,
Oh yeah.
Chinese.
Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed just trying my hand at Indonesian, and it's just so interesting to compare cultures and things like that. So I like to look at the world around me and learn about different places. Like I see a lot of interesting things in America that are great, but also a lot of broken things in America. And I look at Indonesia and I see a lot of really, really cool things, but also things that are broken as well. I like to ask why. It's very interesting. Not just like, complain about, this issue that we have with, for example, immigration in America. Why though? What's behind that? And I think we can learn a lot about other cultures if we ask why, if we have curiosity rather than just judging and being angry.
So what the most interesting for you in Indonesia, especially for driving or automotive things? How do you use the motor?
Yes, I ride a motor.
Tell us about your experience driving in Indonesia.
Okay, so it was a little crazy at first, hard to get used to because the rules are different. And by rules I mean like there's a language of driving where everybody understands. If I
is there rules in Indonesia for motor?
Yeah, there are rules, but they're different, right? And so you have to act in a predictable way to the other drivers around.
Some of my
you.
friends said in Indonesia there is no rule for motor. Eh?
If I drove,
they can be very reckless drivers.
if I drove here like how I drive in America, I would put people at danger. It would be very bad. And if I drove in America like I drive in Indonesia now, I would put other people in danger.
But I don't know if you know this. There's a saying: if you can drive in Jakarta, you can drive anywhere. I don't know. I don't know if you noticed this because the roads are incredibly chaotic. The motorcycle drivers can be very reckless. So you have it takes a very high level of skill and patience to just get through the roads. So if you
drive, you can drive in Jakarta, you can drive in Bangkok, you can drive in Ho Chi Minh, you can drive anywhere.
It's just a different style. Here you expect to have to slow down. In America, you expect other people to not make you have to slow down.
Okay.
You just lay on the horn. If somebody pulls out in front of you here, it's just like I'm just waiting for somebody to start walking in front of my car or like something like that.
Oh God! But you've seen the EVs going around.
Yeah. Oh, before EVs, tukang parkir.
Tukang parkir.
There is no such thing in America. That's a very interesting difference.
Yeah. You can find anywhere.
And
At
first I laughed. I'm like, so like, who's his boss? Like, what is he even doing? He's just waving his arms. And then now I'm like very thankful for them. Like, wait, I need to pull out. Like, if I'm like borrowing somebody's car, I'm like, oh, I need to pull out. Like, is there a tukang park here?
Yeah, you want to reverse out of a parking lot?
Yeah.
That's
So I see it. I understand. See, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
There we go. Local culture.
Local culture. Motor, and then anything else very interesting for you in Indonesia?
I mean, it's just, this is deep, but
go ahead.
The idea is culture, like the culture being more community based versus more individualistic. America, we're very individualistic.
Yeah.
So being able to do things myself, live on my own, not depend on other people, that's very important for Americans. And it's like, if you offer somebody help in America, you almost have to apologize first. Be like, hey, you seem like you're doing great, but if you need help carrying those things, let me know. I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Or like, I've heard of stories, this isn't everybody, but like, if a guy tries to hold open a door for a woman, which used to be very, very polite, the woman would get angry. You're like, you don't think I can open the door myself? Like, how dare you? You're like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to help. But that's like the individualistic side. Like, as soon as I could, I moved out of my parents' house so that I could look like a professional.
Yeah.
Like, I don't depend on my parents.
A grown up.
I can do it myself. I don't need my parents, right? Here, like, people just offer to help a lot more. It's more seen as like this community thing. So we have a baby. Our baby cries because babies cry. And people will walk up to us while our baby is crying and ask, hey, I think she's thirsty. Haus. Atau dingin, panas. I'm like, I didn't ask you what you thought. Thank you very much. I can handle this myself. But they're honestly trying to help. And I like have to learn that and not be offended. Maybe Americans are just, I learned a new word, baper. Americans are just like pretty touchy in that kind of way. Versus, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. Indonesians hear that and they're like, oh wow, somebody cares about me. I'm not alone here. And like, okay, that's actually kind of cool.
So everything based on community. Like motor, you have community as well.
They do.
Anak motor, eh?
Geng motor.
Gang motor, you know, gang motor.
What is that?
Where do we even begin? But to explain gang motor, guys.
The club motor.
Club motor. It's a club.
Okay.
Club.
Okay.
So people, many people. In one group for the motorcycle and
motorcycles together.
doing touring to anywhere, something.
They have that in America too.
But
it's usually with Harleys or something.
Yes, they do that.
That Harley in here, you start with the small motor to the Harley. More of them is small.
Usually, Vespa communities and then Harley. I hardly ever see any Harleys here.
Like in Indonesia, like in elite level.
There's a level that you have to reach before you have a Harley.
It's funny.
But it's true, no? It is true. But going back to the vehicles, do you how do I put this?
Anak motor, eh?
Gang motor.
Gang motor, gang motor.
What is that?
Where do we even begin? But to explain gang motor, guys.
The club motor.
Club motor. It's a club.
Okay.
Club.
Okay.
So people, many people. In one group for the motorcycle and
motorcycles together.
doing touring to anywhere, something.
They have that in America too.
But
it's usually with Harleys or something.
Yes, they do that.
That
like
Harley
the
in
trail
here, you start with the small motor to the Harley. More of them is small.
Usually, Vespa communities and then Harley. I hardly ever see any Harleys here.
Like in Indonesia, like in elite level. There's a level that you have to reach before you have a Harley.
It's funny.
But it's true, no? It is true. But going back to the vehicles, do you how do I put this? But you're familiar with the EV, the whole system. I mean, you're not probably the whole system, but just the whole concept of EVs. Seeing as you're a visitor, what exactly is your perspective on things?
I think it's interesting here because the EVs that we have in Indonesia are very different than the ones in America.
So there are EVs in America as well.
Tesla's the big one.
Of course.
When people think of EVs now, I think they mostly think about Teslas. I mean, Chevy has one that people use.
That's like the big one and the first one.
Because it's just it's not just an electric car company. They're also a lot of other things too. Like they make AI robots that will mix drinks for you and stuff and serve you hamburgers. And Elon Musk is tied in with all of that. And so it's very, very, like flashy and cool. and always in the news. But here, BYD seems like way more common.
Yeah,
Cherry?
BYD, Cherry,
Cherry's
BYD.
awesome. What else is there?
Wuling.
Okay.
Most of the EV in Indonesia is from China.
From China.
Yeah, from China.
So I don't know as much about those. They seem very cool though. I like them.
Do you want
I've ridden
one?
in a couple more. Yeah.
What do you like? The design?
I think
Mechanical system?
so. I've never driven a BYD. I've driven a Tesla, and the fun thing about driving an electric car is the acceleration.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
your gearing system is totally different in
Yeah.
an electric car. I don't even know if you have the same type of gearing versus in a car. You have like 5 or 6 gears that you'll go into, and like you push down on the accelerator and you'll accelerate
Yeah.
and then slow down, and then if it's automatic
Yeah, automatic. Yeah.
or if it's manual, it'll change gears and there's a bit of a lull. But with an electric car, you're using just an electric motor, and so it's a very smooth acceleration all the way through, no gaps in it. It's a very different feeling. And then, like, I mean, if you guys have driven in one, like, there's no vibration like that, so
Yeah.
it just feels surreal coming
So
from.
so
a
what do
gas
you
car.
think? Is it good when many people transition to the EV now, not for the gasoline anymore? So they transition to the EV. So what
Yeah.
do you think? Is it good or?
I mean, I think it's good. I think it's definitely like an upgrade because they seem like they enter at the luxury level. So like if you compare a gas car, right? Like the Teslas nowadays are very, very cool. But it depends on what you mean by good, right?
There we
So
go.
like obviously it's a pretty high price point, so it's not accessible for everybody. But like it enters into the environmental concerns.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like if you want to have fewer emissions for the vehicle that you drive, like yeah, you drive electric, but the picture's a little bit bigger than just what's coming out of your
So
tailpipe, for lack of
when
a-
people to move to the technology, especially for transportation, maybe some like a lot of factors for this, environmental approaching or price or technology or emission and everything. So for you, when people try to transition to the EV, so what is perspective? Is that they choose the EV for for the hype,
Yeah. For
style,
the trend.
trends, or just they realize about the emission or global warming or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give a quick caveat before answering your question. So I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer,
Yeah,
mechanical
yeah.
design engineer. My specialty is making drawings of like machines and stuff and maintaining factories and making them be more efficient.
Yeah.
Not EVs and stuff like that. But I love to talk about this because I think it's very interesting.
Go
so I'll
ahead,
give
go
my
ahead.
opinion that is somewhat
Yeah.
educated.
Okay.
Whatever.
Please.
If anyone wants to disagree
Feel
with
free.
me,
Feel free.
I
Feel
will.
free.
It's
Go
okay.
right
I'd
ahead.
love to hear it. So,
We would love to.
so yeah, my opinion, right? So I think EVs are great because they don't burn gasoline in order to run. And gasoline is responsible for, running your car on gasoline is responsible for CO2 gas, which is a greenhouse gas, which leads to global warming, and that's what a lot of people are afraid of. So an EV for that reason is great. But I think you need to understand the larger picture. And the larger picture is a little bit less optimistic than just my car is zero emissions because I drive a battery-powered vehicle. Because the electricity for your EV comes from somewhere, right? So, and that somewhere depends on where you live. So like in America, different states, different counties will have the power grid looks different there. I worked at a nuclear power plant. And so we supplied like 10% of my state's electricity through nuclear. We also had a lot of wind, hydro, as well as I think some coal as well to contribute to that, and natural gas. Indonesia is really heavy on coal and natural gas, no nuclear, very low on other renewables like hydro and solar and wind.
Yeah.
And so if your personal vehicle runs on electricity and that electricity is created by burning fossil fuels, there are still CO2 emissions that are being created in order to power your vehicle. So it's not like a zero emission vehicle. It's just that the emissions are created by something else, by a power plant, which you don't have control over as a consumer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in some cases, you're like, okay, it's on the government's hands, I guess, in order to develop a cleaner power grid. But that's part of it too. Also, I've heard it said that to create an electric vehicle, the total emissions in that manufacturing process are higher Then in a gas vehicle, there's also the mining of the elements that go into the battery.
Yeah.
And the recyclability of that battery. You can go into all kinds of different directions that do make the picture a little bit less optimistic. But I still think it's a good idea. I still think it's net helpful. Yeah. So like, for example, coal in Indonesia. It's really dirty and it's responsible for a lot of the smog that we have. Not all of it. But later, like coal emissions from a coal plant, they can be cleaned too. It's more expensive, but they can be cleaned. And so it's kind of an optimistic thing. You don't have to totally move away from fossil fuels in order to improve what's going on there.
So by you can give the big picture of technology. Like people said that the power, like the batteries, is different between the battery for the Chinese car EV and from the Tesla. Is it true?
I'm sure it is. Oh yeah. Battery technology is developing rapidly now. You take a picture of what batteries look like now compared to 10 years ago. I mean, it's incredible what they've done. Like, I don't know, like 50% increase in capacity.
Yeah.
The big deal with batteries is they're really heavy. So your energy density by weight is quite a bit
But
lower.
Indonesia, one of the biggest,
Producers.
I didn't know
producer
that.
of the battery.
No.
Yeah, nickel.
Factories.
Nickel.
Oh, for the mining.
Yeah, for
right.
mine, nickel.
Oh yeah.
In Morowali,
Yeah.
Sulawesi.
Yes, I've seen.
It's the
seen some in
biggest.
Sulawesi.
Is it?
Yes.
You been go to
I just saw some. It looked like an oil rig to me. I was on the beach and I saw off in the distance, and I was asking.
I've been many times to this company.
Wow, that's amazing.
IBIP,
What?
Indonesia
So I'm
Morowali, Indonesia Morowali Industrial Park.
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be talking in the podcast, but I'm curious if you've been there. What's your opinion on the mining operations and the impact on the environment? Because I don't know anything.
Like mining is like every mining is destructive. So more exploration. There is no slow, conservation area or something. Just exploration for the nickel.
Yeah.
But they export to all over the world, including Tesla.
Yeah.
One of the best material of batteries come from Indonesia.
The nickel from that.
The nickel.
Yeah, that's super important.
Yeah. And then the company is it's like government to government, co-working between the Indonesia and in Tiongkok, in China. So the company is actually the biggest battery company from China. They operation in Indonesia and they export anything with the, there is the leveling of the grade of the batteries, but the best batteries come from Indonesia.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard of it's probably the nickel metal hydride batteries that I've heard of that have developed so much in recent years. That's incredible, because before, like 15 years ago, it actually didn't make a whole lot of sense as far from a cost standpoint to buy an EV, because the batteries didn't last very long and they were so expensive to replace. Your car has no resale value after 5 or 10 years, and that's a real bummer. But now, if the battery lasts, miles, like 300,000 miles, 500,000 miles with the recharges, that's incredible. I mean, I wouldn't expect a gas engine to last that long.
So it's mean like, when you develop the EV in one area or in one state in Indonesia, you have to sacrifice one thing, like the exploration of the.
So there's a cost to the benefit, no?
Yeah.
Right, you mean with the mining?
Yeah, with the mining.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, it's not like oil just comes out of the ground on its own. You have to mine the oil. So there's no silver bullet to the energy problem, right? That's why it hasn't been solved yet.
But do you think it's worth it?
I think you got to do a lot of different things. I think EVs are part of that because, again, if you look at air quality in Jakarta, notoriously bad. I think the majority of that comes from emissions of vehicles. And so if everybody today had an EV, the air would be way cleaner. And that makes just an immediate difference.
So in US, there is EV as well, but there is a solving problem of the.
It's growing. As far as like if you can see a difference in the air quality, I've never lived in a city that was known for pollution, so I couldn't tell you that. Usually when we had we call it poor visibility, the air isn't very clear, you can't see very far. That's from fires. We had a lot of fires out west where I'm from.
But Indonesia too.
Fires?
Yeah, of course.
Forest fires.
Every
and,
year.
People just burning their trash too.
No. Indonesia, one of the, I think it's fires, the biggest fires in the world. You know,
Really?
like
Where?
when in Kalimantan,
In Borneo.
and Kalimantan, Sumatra, like Pekanbaru, you know, MotoGP series in Sepang, Malaysia. There's always, you know, the schedule. They move the Malaysia GP from the April to the October. You know, to avoid the effect of the fire burning in Indonesia. You know,
yeah.
when Indonesia will have fire, they're going to disturb the GP series in Sepang, Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you coming from, I assume you live in a suburban neighborhood in the US, yes.
Yeah.
So you come from a pretty clean area. Then you come to Indonesia, and then all the pollution must come as a shock to you.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, Bogor is nice.
Yeah, Bogor is nice.
Compared to
right?
Jakarta.
Jakarta is.
But it's it's different.
It is different.
It is for sure.
What is it different?
Well, probably just burning trash on the side of the road. That's different.
Oh, people don't burn trash in the US?
No,
Not as much.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Depends on
God.
where you are. Yeah.
Actually, we have a policy from the government that is, you're not allowed
supposed to burn trash anymore.
Yeah, trash anymore.
Yeah.
But like the cultures,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So at least it's enforced.
Right.
The execution isn't exactly there yet.
Yeah.
But it is enforced.
Yeah.
I think the effect or what we're seeing with that, it's bigger than just Indonesia is dirty and America is clean, because there are places in America that are very dirty.
Yeah, very.
And there are
dirty.
places in Indonesia that are very clean.
Yeah.
And I don't know why yet, but it seems like people who have more means, more wealth, higher standard of living, they live in a cleaner environment. People who have a lower standard of living live in a dirtier environment. And that goes down to just your opinion on how much trash on the ground is okay in front of your house. And when I moved from the Pacific Northwest to the Southeast in America, in the Pacific Northwest, people care about the environment a lot. It's almost like a religion.
Yeah.
And so people will pick up trash if they're walking in the woods. They'll pick up trash. Everybody likes to hike a lot. In the Southeast, people kind of just throw mattresses around in the woods and let them rot. And there's more trash around, and more trash in the rivers and stuff. And I'm like, what is going on with this? And I don't know why, but it's different, right? And so you see the same thing here. There are nice neighborhoods that are super pristine.
Maybe you can compare between Jakarta and Singapore. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that Regina?
I think so. Well, I just said Singapore is a very disciplined country. It's very clean.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
But if you have, if everything in your life is sorted out, you're making a lot of, high income, you can suddenly care a lot more about what your house looks like. You start spending more money on your house.
Yeah.
You start to care, I'm just riding this motor, I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to ride BYD because that's nice, right?
Yeah.
And so you start upgrading your standard of living, and that includes my lawn to look nice. What is the sidewalk in front of my house? I need to fix that, right?
Yeah.
And so you start caring about this stuff because you have the space, the capacity for that. This goes into sociology, which I'm an engineer, right? But if you're just really scraping by hand to mouth, you get paid, you immediately pay your bills, you've got debts to pay. I'm not worried about where my trash goes. I'm just trying to find my next meal.
Yeah.
And so a lower standard of living is just a lower priority, honestly. And I can't blame somebody for that.
No, you absolutely cannot.
So
But it is there is a cost to. It's quite costly to be environmentally friendly.
yeah.
That's the thing. And not everybody has the facilities to be able to do that. Not everybody has access to the means. And you shouldn't really blame them, and especially because going back to EVs and traditional gasoline-powered vehicles, Indonesia is a very major producer of coal. So the transition from traditional gasoline vehicles to EVs can be challenging. Not only is it cost effective, it's costly, but also.
But Indonesia government has, ratification of the in COP28.
What's
and then Indonesia will phase off from the fossil energy in 2060, I think.
Okay.
And what we see now when people transition to the EV is government try to endorse the people to move slowly to the vehicle like EV. It's mean we have to phase off in 2060. I think.
Wow, that's a huge change. I think I read that Indonesia is one of, if not the biggest coal exporters in the world.
Yeah.
So that's a massive cut to the economy if they went totally.
I don't know. I don't know
fuels.
exactly what the strategy. Maybe like not make the coal to be primary energy.
Yeah.
Maybe converting to like the electricity energy or something. I don't know exactly what the strategy of the government.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of nuclear, personally.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to ask you guys if an Indonesian hears about nuclear power, maybe there's a nuclear power plant being installed in Tangerang. What do people think of that?
Yeah, it's like, the information dissemination of this, based on my experience, because I'm a journalist who live in Japan.
Yes.
Like, Japan has a big power plant for the nuclear in Hiroshima. Indonesia perspective is quite different because, I think it's about communication, knowledge of the people. So some of the people who really want still in the gasoline business say to the people that is very dangerous. So that's a challenge for Indonesia. But I think Indonesia is very, very capable have nuclear power plant. I think.
Yeah. I mean, so we've got this big problem with fossil fuels, coal, oil. We're addicted to it and so dependent on it. And there's this solution that is nuclear power. That, I mean, it's like 20,000 times more energy dense by weight than coal is. It's an incredible power source. It is zero emissions.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have a lot of nuclear material that can be converted into nuclear fuel. It is dangerous, but it's dangerous for the very same reasons that it is a very good fuel source. Gasoline is dangerous. You put a tank full of gasoline.
But when the word is nuclear.
Yeah. I think from like movies and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah. This negative sentiment for the
stigma of actual word.
Nuclear, it's war.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
When people listen about nuclear
war,
it's mean war.
Radiation is also, it's kind of scary because you can't see it.
Yeah, maybe some
like
for the people who
unknown.
really high educated, radioactive and evac,
Yeah.
biochemistry and everything is okay, but for the most of the Indonesian people, the issues that's come is not really productive.
Okay, so when you hear the word Fukushima, the nuclear plant in Japan, what do you think about? Like the Fukushima tragedy? Like more along the, I guess my question is along the lines of, do you think more about the nuclear plant, or do you think more along the lines of the people who died from the tsunami?
A tsunami?
Tsunami?
Yeah.
Okay. In America, it was the nuclear, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. At least in my circles, working at a nuclear power plant, living in a city that was founded around nuclear power, everybody was talking about.
So what do you think? What is your advice for the government? If we want to make the power plant a nuclear power plant, I think it's very important because
it could work.
Right.
It could work.
Is it?
No, you know what though? I do feel like it's more so because people aren't familiar with it.
Yeah. Let me give just like a little history of nuclear power in America. So we got so excited about nuclear in the 1970s.
Okay.
The tagline was, it'll be power that's too cheap to meter, meaning that no one will have to pay for electricity because it's that cheap, because the power is so readily available and able to be drawn from. And that was, at the time, at those estimates, it was true. But because it is risky, you have to have a lot of safety and security systems in place, a lot of regulations.
Yeah, of course.
And it continued to grow and grow and grow. And there were some accidents that created a lot of fear, that it started to become less and less cost effective until now coal and natural gas still beat out nuclear by a little bit in terms of cost effectiveness, though it's still very competitive. So that's the nuclear technology as of the 1970s, 80s. And I worked at a plant that was built around that time in the nuclear rush, the nuclear boom of the 70s, 80s. And then we didn't build a new power plant for 30 years in America because people were scared to, for various reasons and politics and stuff, but people were scared to. And so the technology of all the nuclear plants in America right now are like 1970s, 80s. And meanwhile, the technology that is available to draw from has increased dramatically since that time. And so now the big rage is small modular reactors. And these are reactors that are not like the massive reactor that I worked at that had thousands and thousands of employees and a massive campus. There are some I've read about, I'm not an expert on these, but you can bury them in the ground. They're cooled through, they don't need pumps to cool. It's just through convection of liquid sodium. They're buried underground, so hard to access the nuclear materials for proliferation concerns. And they're small, so it's not like a massive power source, but it's there, and it just runs 20, 30 years. Little to no maintenance. That's a pretty awesome scenario for me and accessible to a country that's brand new to nuclear.
I think the most important that's the tagline prices.
Right. Yeah.
Low price.
Yeah. That is. At the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
That's why we use coal and fossil fuels and natural gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's voice talk, eh?
Oh, yes. A lot of technical vehicle talk.
I'm sorry.
No, please go ahead, nerd out. We love it here. We love it when people nerd out about their passions, and it's obvious. Okay.
But Joel is like, to be one of the BYD fans now.
Yeah.
He always said the BYD.
Yeah, I don't know the other brands here.
You like the design or something?
Cool.
The colors is actually really cute.
Yeah. Are they fast? Do people care about that?
I don't know, but I really want one.
Okay, so this is funny. So Elon Musk, right? I don't know if people care about him in Indonesia, but he's a big deal in America, and he did incredible things.
It's a big deal in a way.
Okay, he did incredible things for just the perception of electrical vehicles.
Okay.
So up until his time, up until like Tesla, we just had the Prius, and the Prius is like the quintessential stereotypical electric type vehicle. It's not a full EV, but it's a hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid.
And it was so ugly and slow and underpowered. And in America, your masculinity is tied to the car you drive.
Yeah.
So like if I rolled up to work on a motor,
Uh-huh.
I would get laughed out of the place because it's not manly. Manly is a very inefficient car that goes really fast. And so Musk's goal was, okay, so we have like the environmental concerns, but also like it can be as practical, affordable, whatever as possible, environmentally friendly. But if people think it's dumb, they're never going to buy it. So he started out with the Roadster, a sports car that could go 0 to 60 faster than any gasoline car. And it did, and it looked awesome. It was not affordable, but that's not the point. And all of a sudden, all these manly men with their sports cars are like, wow, my Porsche can't beat a Tesla. Turns out EVs, and it looks cool too. Turns out EVs are awesome. And so it kind of changed the perception, and now it became a desired thing. And the price point's too high at that time, whatever. Like maybe someday I can get a Tesla. Somebody buys a Tesla, everybody's like, dude, let me drive in your Tesla. Like, I want to see how it goes. I want to feel that acceleration. And so that's kind of how it started. And now the idea is to bump down the price point. I can't vouch for every action of Elon Musk, but he's certainly an interesting character, and he's done a lot in EVs in America.
But is that... I know you drive a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You do. But is that kind of thinking that you have here? Did you bring that perception that your masculinity is somehow tied to the vehicle that you drive? Because EVs are not exactly... They're cute. They look cute. EVs are really cute.
Maybe here.
Cute for the cute.
I mean, the perception
the colors
of
are
Yeah, color is cute.
Like,
but some model is masculinity.
Yeah, like the BYD Seal.
Yeah, Seal.
BYD Seal.
BYD Seal, cool. Yeah. Very cool,
Yeah, so it's cool. No, I mean, I'm a little bit more practical than that. Engineers usually are. So, like, whatever.
Okay. So what do you think if I were to ask you more about it, if I were to ask you to nerd more about it, what do you think are the primary technical difficulties and challenges for building EVs coming from an engineer?
I mean, still adoption, right? Like, if you tell me I have to sit at the gas pump for an hour in order to fill up my tank, like that's pretty, I don't know, it just feels like I've lost some freedom compared to my gas car. I can go to the tank, or I can go to the gas station, fill up in a minute and be done. So just the transfer of energy is a big issue. I know there's been work done on that. I'm not educated on it, but that's a big hindrance. Truthfully, if you look at the way that 99% of cars are used, you're not going on long road trips. I think especially here. You're going from point A to point B, stop, park, then go home, you know, like the way that I use my car. And so range was also a big issue. I don't think it is so much anymore, but if you're like, I can only go 200 kilometers in my EV, well, I feel confined. I can't use. But then like, okay, where's your office? It's like, 20 kilometers away. Okay. How often do you go farther than that? So then, I mean, it just feels like you're being confined. No one wants to lose functionality. So you kind of have to overcome that. There have been some ideas on that, a faster charge or chargers everywhere, like at the store or at your office. That helps too. And I had a buddy who adopted an EV, and he just like filled up his car at work for free, and so it's like free gas for him basically. Like he didn't pay for fuel because the work was fine with it.
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
The
office was fine with it. So that's one, like speed of charging, cost of batteries. We kind of already talked about. Batteries can be very expensive, and when your battery's done, it's done. It's not like you can rebuild your engine.
Like 75% of the price.
Yeah.
EV is battery.
I don't know if this is a real consideration, but batteries are heavy, and so like if everybody's driving an EV, it's a lot more wear and tear on the roads with a heavier vehicle. Also, it takes more energy to propel a car that's heavier.
Yeah.
I think it still evens out to being better, but it's just a consideration. Something else that I've heard, I don't know if this is in the news, but like an electric, like an EV fire, if a car catches on fire.
Some cases.
I've heard horror stories, you know, can like
cases,
burn for 2 days.
Yeah.
It just won't stop. You dump water, you submerge it, it won't stop. Stuff like that. Nah, I'm not educated on this, but I've heard from other people.
There's some cases. Some cases.
Of course, if you wreck your car,
Yeah.
the gasoline will catch fire too and can explode.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe we're just used to the risk that we have.
Yeah,
currently.
that is a risk in every product.
Yeah.
True.
Another issue. Speed, long range.
Yeah. What else is there? I mean, cost. Just like being able to afford one. But the costs are coming down as more people buy them.
Because some new product come from China. It's been like make the prices very competitive.
Yeah. But you asked whether you think people buy an EV because they're cool or because they care about the environment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think?
If I bought an EV, it would be because it's cool, not because I care about the environment. Not because I don't care about the environment, because I just don't think it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
See,
No. That's confirmed. Let's confirm something.
Okay.
Because when I was to be a speaker in Uzbekistan from the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union for the issue of the climate change, 70% of U.S. people is not make the climate change an urgent issues for their life.
I would fall into that box, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
And if your data is different than mine, you can. Okay, so
clarification.
So you take just automobile emissions, CO2 emissions from automobiles. You take the last 50 years. How much has the globe warmed? How much has the average temperature of the globe warmed up? Best estimates are 0.6 to 0.9 degrees Celsius in the last 50 years. If you take American automobiles and their contributions to the CO2 emissions that have caused that, if we assume that that's caused by CO2, it comes down to 1/40th of a degree Celsius is caused by U.S. vehicle emissions. You take, I don't know how many millions, hundreds of millions of cars in America contribute to that 1/40th of a degree Celsius. You can still say, I care about that, and I want to make a difference there. But I just think coal power plants are a bigger deal, right?
Yeah, of course.
So like if I can afford like a Honda Brio, but I pay, I don't know what cars cost here, but like if I pay double for an EV and really stretch for that because I care that much, like that's a hardship for me. And I just don't think it's
That's the point. The point is, in my presentation that I said that journalists or information organizations fail to campaign the global warming because it's not America, but Indonesia as well is not thinking the global warming was happening. Because there's always indicator 1.5 Celsius degrees in the years. People in Indonesia is used to be, in a hot condition is no impact for that. So I mean, in the presentation, in the end of presentation, I said global warming is not disaster. It's global warming is the development understanding of the people, what they feel. Is that true? Do you agree with that?
Let me restate your question to make sure I understand your question. So you're talking about like the experience of people being more important than the data.
That's a point.
If you look at like all the different weather stations in America, I read a book that had this stat in it. All the different weather stations in America, you look at America's average temperature over the last 50 years, it's increased that like 0.6 to 0.9 or whatever about a degree Celsius. It's like 40% of the weather stations have reported a net decrease in temperature in their particular location over the last 50 years. Although the average is rising, local temperature is highly variable.
Yeah.
And so you could have somebody argue truthfully, well, my city's getting colder. I don't know about global warming. We just had a snowstorm, and he'd be right. But it's the average temperature. So like, even though he doesn't experience it, I think personally, like if you care about the environment and you want to see something that makes a difference, like talk about air quality.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. So
that's
like
huge.
just open burning, that's a big deal. Something I also learned was gasoline quality has a big impact on, I don't want to get too political here. Gasoline quality is not the same everywhere you go in the world. Also, like emission standards for vehicles is not the same everywhere you go in the world. And the average consumer has no control over the gasoline that comes into their vehicle, what standard it is. Turns out there's a big difference between what comes out of the same car sold in Indonesia compared to one sold in Europe or in America. And honestly, I think it goes down to price as well. It is more expensive to be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. So, I don't know. So I don't
It like change perspective.
I don't have a strong opinion because it's really nuanced. And if somebody does have like,
I just want to know from the pro.
I'm not a pro.
The
guest.
other perception.
A different perception. Yeah, this is what it's all about. We're talking about different perspectives here.
Do you have a different opinion?
No, I think I agree with you. Yeah, because journalists, some company has campaign about climate change, but people still don't care about this.
Yeah.
Because they not taught something very, very crucial is about what people feel, what they feel about the weather, what they feel about the climate. We don't feel anything.
True.
Yeah.
So if the reason Joel to buy the EV is like the model style,
because it's cool.
Because it's cool.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, and like if you're talking about policy decisions, if you want people to act in a certain way, you just make that the easiest thing for them to do. So if an EV was cheaper than a gas car of similar level and value, okay, I'll buy an EV. Great.
Yeah.
But how does switching from a traditional gasoline vehicle to an EV change the air pollutants, do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. But
considering they're both, with the traditional gasoline car, the coal is again one of the biggest producers of greenhouse
well, and
effect.
if everybody switched to EV, there'd be more coal burned, I would assume, in order to power all those. But I think it's still a little less. It's just not like a 100% difference,
But significantly less than.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like on the hands of the power companies, I trust they're making efforts to improve the cleanness of the power grid. And even just going to natural gas. Per unit of energy, natural gas has half of the carbon dioxide emissions.
Yeah.
That's great. And America, I don't know about Indonesia, but America just got a bunch of like cheap natural gas. They discovered like new areas where they can drill natural gas. And so it's actually cheaper right now to do natural gas than coal. Or you can swap coal plants with natural gas. And I think Indonesia has quite abundant natural gas reserves as well as coal.
We do. We're a very rich country.
Yeah, and your resources.
We have everything.
So like if there was like, investment money, whatever, gone into like subsidizing the changeover of a coal plant to a natural gas, which I think is pretty viable. That's a really good idea. You cut your emissions in half. That's going to make a way bigger difference.
So what do you think about
me driving an EV?
So what do you think about green energy?
Yeah, well, it depends on what you mean by green energy. Like, I don't know, dams are really, they're really controversial where I'm from, because we have the Columbia River, and it's beautiful and wonderful, and the salmon don't like the dams, and so the environmentalists hate the dams, and they're like, that's not green energy. Like, oh man. But like, just hydroelectric is just like the cheapest way to make power. It's really, really great if you have a big river. So, that's cool. Wind and solar are great too, and we've made tons of advancements in that recently.
America has the biggest geothermal energy in the world.
Really?
Number 2 is Indonesia.
Huh. Probably because it's volcanic.
Yeah, but
is that like potential
but
or like currently
But we
realized?
only use that like 11% of the.
We only use 11% of the
11% all of the power.
Oh, just to like go into a volcano and use that
America. So
volcano power.
Volcano power.
Yeah, stuff like that would be wild. But I think usually geothermal is quite expensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Expensive for the first investment, not for the output of the energy.
I'm not educated on it. But I've just heard geothermal's not usually.
Maybe that's why your president is not really agree with the green energy, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think.
What do you think?
Yeah. So like the Paris Accords and stuff. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so there's like, usually Republicans are less environmentally friendly than the Democrats.
Yeah.
So under the Democrats, I think we entered into the Paris Climate Accords because like we care about the environment, and then Trump's like, this is dumb. This is hurting us, and it's all the other countries are just producing, like China. Like they're building a new coal plant every week.
Yeah.
And like if we're limiting ourselves and hurting our economy going green, while they're doing so much more than us, like, no, we're done. So that's very Trump, right? That's very Trump of him to do. The economy is pretty important. So
I think the end of the day, economic is more important than anything. Do you agree with that?
What is the most important?
Economic is more important than anything.
As a politician, if you want to get votes, it's the economy.
The politicians.
That's what we say in
everyone.
America.
Oh, you think it's a general opinion that economy is a lot more?
Especially for the politician.
Yes.
Because they talking about the popularity, economic level increased.
Yeah. But if we invested in nuclear power, we could have cheaper energy. We could beat out coal, natural gas. That's what I'm saying.
Quite hard to talk about the Trump.
Yeah. Yo, please go ahead, both of you. Go ahead, the both of you. I am a willing listener.
Yeah. So Trump's big thing is energy independence. Yeah. That's one of his big things that he cares about is like we need energy security. So we import a ton of oil from Saudi Arabia right now. And it doesn't feel great. Yeah. When you want to be independent, as I was talking about, that's important in America. We want to be independent.
Of course.
From anybody.
An individualistic country.
So I'd like to have the ability to not have to rely on the Gulf oil countries in order to survive. That's important. So that's more along the lines of his concern, national security, versus the world our grandkids will live in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay.
But quite hard.
It's quite.
I don't know what are your opinions on Trump?
I have to take it in and really.
Do you have strong opinions on Trump?
No. Just a lot of information coming into me right now. This is what's fun about this podcast. I learned a lot of things. Okay.
So back to the EV. What do you want to know? Okay, EV.
Well, I guess just the one big question. I suppose, which maybe I've asked before, but just to conclusify. Is that a word? Conclusify the whole thing.
Summarize.
To summarize the whole thing, do you think that EVs really compensate for the pollution and the greenhouse effect going on right now?
Yeah, no, because they're not the biggest contributor in the world, but they're part of it. So it's good to focus on that. Well, like I said, like coal plants are a big deal, you know. So. Yeah,
but I guess if you want to go into it again, because you first of all, the switching from the traditional vehicles into EV is quite difficult.
Yeah.
And also, it's cost effective. Yeah, it's cost effective. It's costly to be.
Yeah, there's always a high
friendly.
startup cost. So like in America, there's I've heard people talk about the power grid and how it's actually not equipped right now. It's outdated and it's not set up to supply EV type of power to every single home.
Yeah.
So that needs to be upgraded. That costs a lot of money, infrastructure.
Right.
So like when we transitioned from the horse and buggy to the automobile, there were all these naysayers who were like, what, you're going to be dependent on some company to give you oil or your gas for your car? My horse can eat grass anywhere. I know my horse. I trust my horse. I don't trust that machine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's hard to imagine 100 years in the future and we're not all driving EVs. That's my opinion. Yeah. And like I said, like if everybody started driving EVs, I mean, that's what we can do as far as the greenhouse gas emissions side of things goes. As far as what the energy companies are using to supply the energy to that vehicle, I don't have direct control over that. So I mean, there's good to that.
Yeah.
And the more people buy EVs, the cheaper they become.
Yeah.
Because
True.
You know, in quantity of production, there's cost savings in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Wow, I think it's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not many people talking about the EV, but
No?
today we're talking about the EV, about how people choose the EV as the
True. What they should watch out
choice.
for. What they should be aware for.
You
Because
gotta
so
install
far,
a charger in your home, right? You can't just plug it into the wall, can you?
Yeah.
I think you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You can make it
Okay.
in your home.
Is it for both car and motorcycle?
No, it's different.
Ah.
Motorcycle, EV motorcycle is not like car
I
EV.
see.
It's different system, I think.
Okay.
You know, when motor, you have to replace the batteries. Is it?
Oh, I've seen these. I've seen
in the
these.
car,
like a fast fill-up?
fast
Yeah.
lives. For the car, you have to charge it.
Okay.
It's
You can
different.
just replace the battery.
So I've actually seen this. The
You
EV.
can get it from
there's
Circle
a
K
station.
and everything. Yeah, you can
There-
find it.
Yeah. So
That's
basically, you take the whole thing,
whole thing,
out of the
you put
motorcycle,
it, and you
put it in,
replace
and then
it.
it's gonna pop out. Like the new
Yeah.
one's gonna
That's
pop
cool.
out, and then you put it back in the new one.
Seems like a good idea.
That was my first time seeing that. Was amazing. That was very new for me.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That's cool.
But this is it. This is sharing newly found perspectives about EV and also greenhouse effects and the awareness that comes with it. Again,
Yeah.
I learned a lot. from both of
Everybody
you.
has a reason to choose EV.
Yes.
So
It
let
could be
them make a
because
reason.
yeah,
Let them choose the reason. Style,
trend.
trends, environment, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're eco-friendly.
price,
Been going
everything.
green.
Have you driven the EV motors yet?
Have
Me?
you?
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
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 Is it
I've never.
nice or is it too heavy?
No, nice. It's nice.
nice, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. But you know, nice in the meaning of no masculinity now.
Oh, I have actually.
Is there a similar opinion here in Indonesia about masculinity being tied to which type of motor you drive?
I think there is. I think there is.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there is. Considering usually people my age, and I don't understand this, by the way, and we're gonna go very societal about this. So a lot of women, a lot of girls would somehow assume that a guy is of a certain class if they have a certain kind of motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like an NMAX. That's like a.
And
Th-
Max.
those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Right. No, they're basically yeah.
And Max? No.
Amex is a big one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not masculinity.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
sport,
okay. What
sport
is?
motor, yeah? Like you know.
Like if you have a
like the
MT25,
fast ones.
like
Yeah.
Ducati.
Oh, we're talking like racing ones.
Racing
right?
one. Yeah,
Okay,
racing
okay.
one. You know.
I haven't.
What are you talking about?
Big motor.
Big motor. The smaller ones like Beat.
Yeah.
Honda Beat.
Is that manly? You're saying?
No,
okay.
It's not. I don't think it is. But again, a lot of people have different thinking about it. I don't see the because usually.
Like, what's like a manly motor to drive?
Probably.
Yeah, sport motor.
Car. NMAX.
Sport motor. No, NMAX is not.
PCX.
No. Sport motor.
No, she's the Gen Z.
Is it? Do you think?
No, you know what though? I think it. No, you get a perspective from him and from me, both from different
I'm sure
eras.
it's generational. I heard that the
I do think it is
at
generational.
one point in time
I
was
really
seen
want one.
as a certain way.
Is it?
No, I do. I do think that there are certain people who thinks that if you have a Beat, then you're not exactly cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's
okay.
like the generic one, I guess, right? So, what about the Scoopies?
I love Scoopies.
Does that say anything about you?
Just girly.
Girly. Okay. I mean, it looks girly to me, but I also see dudes riding
You
them.
Scoopy?
I rode one once and it was nice. So, I don't know. But I ride a Vario.
Oh, you ride a Vario.
A Vario.
Yeah.
Wow. The thing is,
Okay.
for me,
What
when
does that say about me?
just you're the general type of dude that rides motorcycle.
A general dude.
Yeah,
That's
general
me.
dude.
Yeah.
Right.
But for me, I just ride whatever I can reach because I'm pretty short. So
Yeah.
whatever's comfortable and I can reach.
Yeah. My knees bump into the front sometimes. I
Have you-
have to like spread them out.
Have you driven any EV electric
No,
motorcycle?
I've never driven the electric bike. Yeah,
Not
I
yet.
want to.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. If you get the chance, you should.
Okay. I think
Is that all that we're gonna? You have anything else to say about the EV?
you have any other questions for me? Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you should tell for the last part of it. You should definitely, because we went all over the place talking about this, which is really fun. But also in concise, what would you say to people out there who wants to have an EV but they don't exactly know which to choose from and advantages and disadvantages of things? What exactly? Well,
Yeah.
coming from an engineer, you work behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay. What I would look for, because I haven't actually researched.
Okay,
like somebody who's buying one, but what I would look for is range, like per charge. How far can you go with the EV? And like, does that agree with your lifestyle? If you like to go on long road trips, that's a very American value.
Oh, do you think that?
Yeah.
Do you think that considering Indonesia's climate, the
Yeah.
heat and the humidity, that
I think it's
would
great
affect?
for an EV because batteries are a chemical reaction.
Mm.
And I could be wrong, like, because batteries have changed a lot, but
Yeah,
batteries
okay.
are a chemical reaction. Chemical reactions work better when it's warm.
Okay.
They freeze up when it's cold. So if I lived in Alaska, I would never consider an EV.
Okay.
It just doesn't work because when you're cold, your battery is like 30% of its capacity. It's just not practical. Here in Indonesia, it's warm and stuff. That's great. So like range per charge, that's important. The life cycle of the battery, how long is it guaranteed for? If it's only
Okay.
guaranteed for, shorter than what you would consider reasonable for your gasoline engine, that's also important. Because like maybe you only want to drive it for 5 years. A lot of people who buy new cars are like that, just a couple years, 2 to 5 years, and then you sell it. But if the battery only lasts 6 years and you want to sell your car again, it's probably not going to hold its resale value very well.
Yeah.
Besides that, probably how cool, if you think that's important, what it looks like.
If the looks matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but I think they're great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're great. All right. Well, that has been fun, and that was Talkative, everybody.
Yeah.
Episode 2
Okay.
with Joel Johnson, everybody.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for coming on here
And
Thanks for having me.
share perspective.
and
about it.
share
Yeah.
perspectives.
Mhm.
And if you want to see, your wife was on here last episode. Yes. So if you haven't checked that out, please do, and we'll see you all next time.
All right.
Stay tuned for the next episode. And this was Tiara Regina as co-host for.
Maulani Snarto. Thank you for attention. See
Thank
you next time.
Bye bye.
Okay.